good people. Good evening, my good people. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the watch list, the sector watch list, like I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. As always, how I start off with the new candles that will be opening for the week, and we have the 3 day, the 5 day, the 9 day, the 1 week, the 2 week, the 4 week, and I will be focusing also on the back half of the month since I think we only have about 9 more trading days. So I'll be looking at the monthly as well. Just a quick glance to see what could we be possibly getting into for the next month. So without further ado, futures is already open. I usually want to try to get this out before futures open, but not today. So let's get started. We're gonna start with SPY first. So SPY on the month is a strong 2 up on the month. We are at all-time highs. We had a slight pullback last week last week. I was saying, I can't remember if I mentioned it in the watch list. I believe I did, but I know I mentioned it to my mentor. We were down in the 619s, and I said if we cannot hold previous month's high, which is here, the 619.22, we coming down. So that was last Saturday or Sunday. So throughout the week, as you can see, SPY held at 619.22 and pushed up. And we're at 627.58. So it looks like the market is still bullish at the current moment. We'll see what happens. It held on. Let's go down to the 4 week, right? 4 week. Look how strong it is with very little wick. So that means very little resistance on the 4 week. 2 week. 2 week closed as a 3-2 in the hammer on the 2 week. So this looks like this is a good indication that we can continue in a bullish manner. But what else we got? The weekly. Go down to weekly. We close as a hammer, a bullish hammer 2 up on the weekly. So we looking for possibly some more upside. I would use, if you want to be a weekly participant, I would use. My magnet is on. Why didn't it? If I want to be a weekly participant, which means you want to give this a whole week to play out, I would use 629.47 as entry. Once we break above that on the weekly scale, you can continue to move target higher. Since we're at all-time highs, there aren't any more targets. Most people would what they do is they will start using psychological numbers, which are numbers by 5. If you would like to, you can use 2, but most people the market uses by 5. So if you want to enter above what is going to be 629.47, your next target, you want to watch the 630s because we can probably reject right there, and then the 635s and 640s and so on and so forth. So yeah, if you want to be a weekly participant, you can use this hammer as an entry. If we go down, what's the next candle open? 5 day. 5 days, the same pattern. It has the same setup. 3 day. Same as a 3 day. This one is an outside, a 3-bar hammer. Again, you can use this as entry if you want to get in on a 3 day. You can give this about 6 days to play out. The daily closed as a failed to up, which means it failed to stay up. It went up originally and then it came back down and closed within the range. So this is why the candle is red and this number is green, because it started off green and then it came back and closed bearish. But overall, SPY is still bullish. Like I said, ES is open. We're open inside day. We open inside day here. Let me see. Or let's start with the monthly. Strong bullish monthly, just like SPY. So a lot of this is gonna look just like SPY because they mimic each other. The 4 week is inside. Once it breaks that, I believe. Once it breaks 63.43, you could target more upside. The same will apply. Target the psychological numbers. You will give this 4 weeks to play out, 4 to 8 weeks to play out. 2 week. The 2 week is also inside. You will take the break of the previous week high at 63.57 and target the psychological numbers. If we get back below the range, if we go up and then we start coming back down, you can target 50% of the previous week at 62.99. You can round it off psychological number, 6,300. You want to see ES hold this. If not, we're targeting the 62, 65, and 62.41 on the way down. The weekly. Inside, we close as a 3, outside bar on the weekly. So we would like to typically see, like I said, a 3-2 up on the weekly. But if we start coming back within the range, watch this area and start looking for downside. 5-day close as a strong hammer. So close as a strong hammer and this 2 up. So we typically want to continue to see how this is going to play out on the 5-day. Same for the 3-day and inside, because we're open now. This is a current candle right now. This candle is live. So Friday we close as a fail to up, like I mentioned. If you can see the wick is starting. That's what this is how a wick develops. It'll start off bullish, so it'll start off looking like this candle, a whole thick candle with no wick. And then what typically happens is the price will start to fall back down within the range, and this is how you get this wick. Look at it as like riding an elevator. You start off on the first floor, and then you go up, and as you're going up, you're filling out this bar. And then so you get up to whatever floor, the top floor, the 18th floor, whatever floor, and then now you're coming back down and you're making your way back down. This is how candles are formed. This is how wicks are forming. This is how candle bodies are formed. So you can look at it like that. So NQ, this is mainly for our tech. So as you can see, NQ monthly, we're still strong bullish. I guess you can consider this a hammer. Yeah, I guess so. 4 week is inside, looking to break that high. Inside 3-2-1 currently on the 2 week. Looking for this to be a 3-2-2 continuation on the 2 week. The weekly and 2-1, we're inside currently. We're looking for the break. We get above, just like ES, but different targets. We want to get above previous week's high at 23,320. So once we break that, we can look for some psychological numbers on the back end. I guess like 255, 260, 265. This the 200 part right here. What we got? 5 day. Same thing all the way down, just like ES. 5 day. Strong close bullish on the 3 day. We're looking for a 2-2 continuation. The daily club, we're currently inside. This is a new daily candle. This price action is currently live right now. So we're looking forward to see what the market wants to do when it actually opens tomorrow for live trading. This futures opens early. So we want to see, are we going to stay inside the range? Tomorrow is Monday, so Mondays are usually typically inside or low volume days. So we could stay within this range, within the range of this Friday's candle all day tomorrow. If we break above, we could see a trend above. If we break below, we can see a trend below. We can start seeing downside. So we want to typically wait and see what this candle wants to do throughout the day by watching this candle. The cues. Pretty much same setup. 2 up on the monthly. 4 week strong 4 week with a very little resistance. Very small week here. We get a new 4 week candle Monday. Same with the 2 week. We close as a 3-2 continuation, and we're looking for a 3-2-2 continuation. If not, we'll be coming back in the range. Watch. See, it's all bunched up. I will start watching. Where are we now? I will watch 552. We start losing 552. Yeah. We start losing 552, then look for downside. Might be earlier than that, cause that's almost a $10 pullback. We lose this. If we lose this here, 553.48. We lose 553.48, and you can start betting that we're going down. 2 week, that was okay. The weekly, we close as a strong weekly. We do have some resistance here on the weekly where we pull back from all-time highs at 564.73, closing at 561.26. The 5 day, same with the 5 day. 3 day, same with the 3 day. 3 day, we closed outside. We took out both sides of this previous candle. We hit the low and the high. So we would typically want to see what we want to do. Are we going to be a 3-2 continuation up, or are we going to open and be back in range and start pulling back and coming down? The daily, a fail 2 up. I told you what fail 2 ups are. So this is what the cues look closed on Friday. SMH. We're halfway through the month. Well, more than halfway through the month. Bullish. 4 week. Bullish. Very, very little wick. Bullish 2-2 continuation. The weekly 2-2 continuation on the weekly. 9 day. Same. So basically, tech is still strong. This is all tech. We got a 3 day with a fail 2 up where we went up and now we're back in the range. Same for the daily. So basically, we can look to see what SMH with the semiconductor wants to do come Monday? Are they gonna continue with this downside with the selling that they closed off on Friday, or are they gonna turn around Monday and become bullish? XLB. XLB on the monthly. Alright, so we look like we tapped out at a high of 90. Okay, I can go here. So, cheat code, I mentioned this before. You can hover whatever time frame you're on. I've mentioned this, that each candle represents whatever time frame you're on. Hover over the candle just like this, and if you look at the top left side, which is up here, I can't do both at the same time, but you'll see the opening, the high of that candle, the low price, and the close, and how much volume was in that particular candle. So hover over each candle, and if you're paying attention, you'll see the numbers move in the top left corner. That represents the entire month. If you go to any time frame, that particular candle and these numbers will represent that time frame and the price. So with that being said, the high so far, the high of the price, the high this XLB has gotten for the month, 92.86. You can manually put it there if you want, and then you can see what 92.86. And then we started to reverse. So we tapped out, we capped out at 92.86, and now so far we're at 90.22. So this has been a $2 resistance so far in this area for the month. We're still bullish, but we caught a hiccup somewhere up in here, and now we're retracing. So for the 4 week, we're still bullish, like I said. 4 week is still bullish. 2 week. 2 week is a 3-2, but it's a failed 2 up. So we're looking to see, are we going to continue downward, or is this the place where we're going to find buyers and start buying back up? We do have a target here. We can continue this and target 97.85. So this could just be a good pullback here. Looking at the 2 week. The weekly close as a bearish hammer. It looks like we found some support here at, let's see, the low was 88.34. So we found some support here at 88.34, which also coincides with the 3-month open and the monthly open. So buyers stepped in at this area here and said, okay, that's enough selling. So we push back up here. For the week, 9 day, the 9 day closes, they failed to 5 day hammer. 3 day close as a failed 2 down. So the 3 day is the opposite of a failed 2 up. So what happened is this candle started off bearish and then pushed its way up. That's why this candle is green and the number is red. It is just like a failed 2 down. I mean, it's just like a failed 2 up, but now a failed 2 down. It failed to stay down. Typically, these are bullish candles, which we would look for the next candle. We would anticipate the next candle to be a bullish candle and continue in the bullish manner, but we all know that anything can happen. The daily closed as we found. This is nice upward trend. This is cute. This is cool. So we would like to typically see this continue and at least target 91.15 before coming back down. That's XLB. XLC on the monthly. We're inside month. on XLC. Four-week, we're still bullish on the 4 week. We got a little bit of retracement. We are still above the swing highs, so that's good. We closed above the swing highs, even with the retracement. So we we will want to probably see a three. I mean, I'm sorry, not a three, a 2-2 continuation to the upside. We close as a 3-1. So since this is an inside bar and this candle is officially closed and we get a new one Monday, if you would like to be a 2-week participant, which means you will get a contract about 3 to 4 weeks out, you can put your target entries for the low, which will be the bottom half, which will be for puts. If you think this is going to go low, so PE 2 week. So we got PE 2 week, red for bearish, and then we will mark the high of this candle, 2 week, green. Oh, yeah, I need to fix that. Green. And we will think this is, and we will anticipate the break of 107.94 for upside or 105.57 for downside. For downside, this will, if we break this and we continue down, what is this? 101.99 will be our target. So you will mark your targets. This is basically how we chart. So I'm just showing you certain candles, inside candles, outside candles. There are different candles that you can mark your entries on. So that are a whole lot easier than a lot of other candles. What I was doing? Oh, marking my target. Boom. And for the upside, for the 2 week, which is not a lot, but that's the target, it will be let's say day, but you can change it. I say day, but you can change this to week. Same for this one. Change this to week. And then you will wait. So the next one, where we at with this? 22 minutes. Try to speed this up a little bit. The monthly on XLE is for your energy, your oil and gas, your CVX, which is your Chevron and your Shell and Valero and all that good stuff. Okay, so on the monthly, we've been doing a lot of rejecting here at this 89.43 area. Last couple of months, we just cannot get above or stay above, really 85. We get up to 89 and then there's a lot of rejection. We are moving in the direction of upward, but it's a mess. We get there, then we come back. We get there, then we come back. So a lot of these XLE plays, if you plan on, typically you're scalping. You in and out. You're not staying in these very long because it's been very up and down. 4 week fell to up. 2 week, same 212 fell to up. It went up, and now we're back below the range, almost below the range. We're in, still within the range of this candle, but now you will take this. If you want to be a 2 week participant, you can take, you can take 85.33 and target this the previous week low at 84.16. weekly. Like I said in the previous one, this is an inside week. I have it color coded. You can color code yours so you know which candles are inside, because inside bars are actionable. You can take a play off an inside bar. That's what I was explaining. So you, like I just did on the previous one, you want to be a 1 week participant, you'll buy a 2 week contract. You want to see the break of 88.96 to the upside, and you have an earlier entry on the week at 85.48 instead of 85.33. So if you're coming in on the weekly and you want to use the weekly, and you got 88.96 for upside, you got 85.48 for downside. This is energy. Me personally, I don't know what XLE want to do. It looks like it's stuck in the range. It's slowly grinding up the range of this big old mother bar. So it's going up, but it didn't got here and got very inconsistent. So just watch yourself if you plan XLE. So you fell 2 up and now you're a 2 down, a shooter 2 down on the 3 day. So we're looking attack to some lows. These time frames look very bearish. XLF is financials on the monthly. We're still a 2 up on the month. We're back in the range of these previous highs that we did sweep. We swept them and we're back in the range. But like I said, the monthly is still open. So hopefully if we get back above it, we're looking for more up. We can get back above highs at 53.27. If not, we can start targeting some of these lows. 4 week bullish. Still 2 week is a inside hammer. You, like I said, you can take the break. I'm not gonna stop the color code. Y'all pretty much get it. You can take the low. You can take the high and wait for each side to break. 51.33, 53.25. And the probability of it, you're not even stuck in the middle. You're leaning more towards upside because you want to bet, I guess, in the direction with the least resistance. So if you look at this candle and you seeing what is it more likely to do? Is it more likely to get closer and attack and tap these highs? Or is it more likely to come all the way back down here and trigger my lows and then try to take out some more lows? So that's what you have. These are things you ask yourself when you mark out your entry and your exits. Your entries and your exits, so you'll know how far you are, and it can give you a gauge of where you need to be. 2 week. The weekly. To fail 2 down. This is a nice hammer. It looks like it found resist and pushed back up here. So we will want to get over 52.67, and I'll start targeting these highs. We get a good push above 52.67, 52.75 ish, 80. We can target these highs again. 9 day is an inside. If you want to be a shorter participant and take the 9 day, it's inside. You can mark the top and the bottom. Take the 9 day. 5 day, 3 day, outside bullish 3 day. You can also take 3 day. I'm gonna mark this one so I won't confuse y'all. It says 3 week, but we can change that always. So just like the inside hammer, you can mark your top and your bottom of your 3 day as for entries for either calls or puts. So You'll want to see a break above 52.65 for calls. Target that high. You want to see a break below 51.33. Target those lows. I'm personally bullish on XLF. It's been doing good, and financials has gotten some more crypto news, so watch out for XLF. Monthly for industrials, XLI, bullish. A lot of this stuff is bullish. It's just been running up. They've been having a good month. Bullish. Bullish. 322, looking for a 322 continuation. Weekly. It's been, look at that, 322 continuation. 9 day. Moving. 5 day. Same, moving. 3 day. Was it 4 day? Okay, no. Okay, 3 day. Like I mentioned, we are at all-time highs with XLI. So, what did I mention? Use psychological numbers. You want to play XLI? You can mark this, the top of this 3 bar at 152.48. Your invalidation for upside would be 148.39. You want to get out before then, or if you just not comfortable, you want to start looking at 50% of this candle. If you're a 3 day participant, you want to give it 6 days to play out, get a contract out about 6 to 8 days out. And if it starts retracing 50% of this particular candle, you of whatever side you want, whether it's upside or downside, if it starts going the other way, then that should be your alert to start trying to figure out what you want to do with that particular play. But yes, you can mark the upside for calls on the 3 day, and then you can mark the downside for puts on the 3 day, and let those be your guide. I'm still bullish on XLI, except he Bush. 4 week. Oh, the 4 week is very bullish. Look at it, very, very little wick. This is your technology sector. Bullish. We close as a hammer. Well, no, not really. No, not really. Ooh, it's a nice 3 candle on the weekly. So possibly looking for a 322 continuation, or 3-2 continuation, I should say. 9 days strong. 5 day, another 3 bar. We go your 3 bar, so we're looking for 3 twos. So if you notice, I don't know if y'all notice yet, when I see a 3 bar, I get slightly excited. Because this is why. Because you see this on, what time frame we just on? You see this 3 bar? What has shown every time we see a 3 bar that looks like, even here, look, 3 bar. What's the next one? A green 2. 3 bar. What's the next one? A green 2. So 3 bar. I mean, and don't get me wrong, they can definitely fail and go the opposite way. I just showed y'all what failed 2 ups look like. So this can definitely turn sour. This, even though it's a green candle here, outside candle, this candle can start off green and be a fail 2 up, just like what I've been showing you. So, but in the initial, when I first see a outside bar, yes, I do get excited, because this is typically what I'm looking for. 3-2-2 continuation. Same here, 3-2. So how did the daily close as a failed 2 up? So it went up, but it came back in the range. Even with all that being said, I'm still bullish on tech. Anything can happen with tech, though. It's tech. Just watch it Monday and see what happens. XLP. Hmm. XLP on the monthly is it's kind of funky. We started off the high of the month is 82.48. We got up there and rejected. We just cannot seem to get past 82, the 80, really 83. We just can't get past it, so we keep rejecting here for months. So we're looking a little bearish on, well, not a little, a lot of bearish on the month. 4 week is a 2 down. This is would be considered almost like a shooter, which is a bearish candle. So we will mark this 79.68 and then start targeting these lows at 78.78. 2 week. Where we at? 2 week. See. Prime example. See how this was a 3-2, a nice 3 bullish candle, and then look what happened, bro. It just, yeah. So it can happen. Fell 2 down on the weekly. It started off bearish. It went down and then it pushed back up. XLP is not quite a fan right now. It's just trading in this. If I draw this out, look at that. This is compression. It's not going no higher and no lower. It's just here. And it's been like that. This is, each one of these are 9-day candles. So you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's 9 times 10? 90 days. This consumer staple XLP has been just in this range for the last 90 days. So yeah, bro, I don't know. Look, this is the 5-day. We have a 3 bar here on the 3-day. So you would take the top of this, which would be at 81.45, which coincides with 50% of the previous month, last month. So you will want to see a good strong buy above 81.45, because if not, it's going to reject again in order for you to become bullish. Well, in order for me to become bullish. Daily. XLRE, real estate. Inside month. This is also another one that's just inside and slow. 4 week is a fail. 2 down. It pushed down and it pushed back up. It was down and then it was brought back up here. So 2 week inside 2 week. The weeklies inside. Like I said, real estate has been compressing. This is another one. If you take the high of the previous month, which at 42.42, and the low of the previous month, I'm gonna draw a box so you can see it, even though the lines are here. Look at it. This, come on. This is the range that it's been. A $2 range. So we're stuck in this as well. XLRE is your real estate. Utilities. We're inside month on utility. No, we're not. We're 2 up on the month. XLU. 4 week. A 4 week is strong. Closing as a strong 2 up on the 4 week. The 2 week. There we go. Then we got a outside bullish 2 week. I like this 213. We're looking for a 2132 or a 132 continuation to the upside. We are at all-time high, so use psychological numbers. I believe. Let me double check. Yep, we are. So the weekly 3-2, looking for a 3-2-2 continuation on the weekly. 9-day, look at that. On 1-3, looking for a 1-3-2. 5-day, there's your 3-2, looking for another 2. Ooh, look at this. Utilities look good. Okay, utilities, I see you. We also closed above. We still managed to close above these previous highs. So, utilities might give us. This looks good. It might still be got some room. We gapped up on the daily and closed as a very strong 2-2 continuation. So, utilities might still give us a run. Healthcare XLV fell 2 on the monthly. We're looking at look like we finna about to come take 130 and then we're headed to 127 just off the monthly, bro. Utilities. I mean not utilities, I'm sorry. Healthcare looks very bearish. 4 week. 130 you can mark your target 130.96. Like I say, target 127 on that. We got an inside, we got a 3-2. I mean, I'm sorry, 3-1. So you can mark this. Mark that. That would be green. That would be your entry. This would be your put side, and you would target 130. 98 and then 127.35. If it decides to become bullish, 137.60 is your entry, and watch for 138.84, which is 50% of the 6 month. Also, so watch for 130. Yeah, watch for 138.84, and then 140.80 should be your target if you're a 2-week participant. Weekly bearish. We going down, bro. Bearish. 5-day. 3-day bearish. Alright, so XLV is just looking weak. It's just terrible. So you know your XLV is healthcare, your Johnson and Johnson's, your Moderna, your PF, your Pfizer, UNH. So check out all your healthcare because healthcare look weak. XLY on the monthly strong 4 week. This is your consumer discretionaries. This is your Amazons, and I believe Tesla's in here. Strong 2 week 2-2 continuation weekly 2 continuation with a hammer. 9-day 2-2 continuation. 5-day hammer 2-2 continuation. Fell 2 down. It failed to stay down and closed. I think we can consider this a hammer. It closed as a hammer. So this is bullish. We gapped up on the daily and closed as a 2-2 on the daily. XLY is not at all-time high, so Bookie Boo got some room to go. If you're feeling froggy. Uh-oh. Come on now. Lord, look at it. We're still inside month. I mean inside year. So it pushed all the way down. I mean, came from all the way down here and pushed up. We're about to take out this previous year. And how many months we got left? We just on the back half. So watch XLY for some more push up. Yep. And metals and mining ETF, XME on the monthly. They yearly look fire. Y'all saw that? Yeah, okay. But the monthly. Let's go on a monthly. We're strong monthly. We didn't push stuff from here. Look how we changed structure. We was bearish. We came off red. Boom. Now we green. That's what's up. So XME looks good. The monthly, the full week, I know everything else looked dope. So we closed above these previous highs. So that's good. Very much over these previous highs. 2 week, same. Weekly, strong. 9 day, everything strong. So watch your metals and mining. They on the run. Look, 3 day. Look what we got outside 3 day. Yeah, outside 3 day. Go ahead. So XME looks good. So that is your sectors for the week. You can look through that, and this is just mainly more for practice for you to get your charting in. And that way, once you find out what sectors look good to you, then you can go to your stocks and pick your stocks on which ones you want to trade. Make sure that your stocks are mirroring the sector chart. That way they align. That way you'll know which way to play the trade. Okay, well, I'm about to wrap this up, gang. Take a good look at it. Have a good night. Peace.